So it looks like Nintendo in 2026 is going to get even more interesting. It seems like we are going to be getting an update for Nintendo Switch Online. Now, Nintendo Switch Online obviously is a pretty fantastic service, but it seems like it's going to get even better. So, more games, more consoles, and more of everything. So recently we got in a massive leak, or should we say Nintendo pretty much leaked themselves, because on the Nintendo website there was a little post for the Nintendo Wii remote, and apparently there was some leakers that dove deeper into it, and seems like we are going to be seeing the Nintendo Wii on the Nintendo Switch Online service. Now, I can't tell you how great it is to hear this, because the Nintendo Wii is one of the greatest consoles with so many different games that your family and friends can all play together. And honestly, the Switch 2 might actually be the perfect way to play, because it seems like this Nintendo Wii remote is not going to require a sensor bar, because the Switch 2 gyro controls are honestly superior. They are really good and easy to use, so even if you're sticking your Wii remote underneath the covers, you will still be able to play, which is great, just in case you have some cold hands while playing the games. But also, it seems like Switch Online is going to get even more games. Now, the games for the GameCube application, of course, Nintendo's not going to stop yet. It seems like we are going to be getting Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Now, may this be in February? We didn't get a GameCube game for February yet, so are they going to be releasing this in Pokemon Day? That could make a lot of sense for a number of different reasons, because if you don't remember, for the April Direct, I believe, the Nintendo Switch 2, where it was first announced with the GameCube application, we did get a lot of game reveals, and to this point we don't have a lot of those games, so it seems like we are going to be getting Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness later in February, because hey, it's Pokemon time. It's time to have fun with all your toys and fancy Pokemon. Anyways, it also seems like we are going to be getting even more GameCube games. One of the big ones that I'm really looking for is Mario Kart Double Dash. Now, I honestly think that this is going to happen. There was a leak a while back that was like all Mario Kart games are going to be on Switch 2 at some point. So every single Mario Kart game, that would include the 3DS one, that would include the Wii one, that would include the DS one. And judging off of the patents that we gotten before for the double screen Nintendo Switch, it honestly makes sense to see all of the Mario Kart games, and it unlocks so many different potentials. So let's just say that we are going to be getting the original Pokemon games. Well, it's said that the leak is going to be Fire Red and Leaf Green, because that is a single screen game. But what if we get all of the Pokemon games? Then you might require double screen. Now, of course, you can play them with a single screen, but the double screen experience was definitely great. So I honestly think that if something's going to happen with DS games, well, they're probably going to re-release them with double screen. Now, this would be great with so many, because then you can have your double screen, or you can use your Nintendo Switch with connectivity. So technically, if you have a Nintendo Switch 2 and a Nintendo Switch, you can use the Nintendo Switch as the second screen. Or if you're using in handheld mode, there will also be a second screen. This video is a perfect representation on how that could look. Now, also, what I wanted to discuss is, if this is all true, well, then we can get like all of your fan favorite games. The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, honestly, HD version, I don't think it wouldn't be the same without the Wii U touchpad. Because, not gonna lie, I use the Wii U touchpad so much, or the gamepad, because it had that little screen. You were able to easily traverse the open sea, looking down at your gamepad without having to pause the game. I thought that that was honestly one of the greatest things, and the gamepad really made the utilization of the Wii U and playing games really nice, because you can look down at your screen that you're holding in your hands. That's usually the map in most cases, and then you look back up at the TV without having to pause the game. It's like you're playing a game on a computer with two screens, double monitors. I honestly think that it works really well in most situations, so I think that that's going to be really great. Also, if we took all of those things into consideration, what's next for Nintendo? Because right now, if you haven't noticed, we've been getting older games very, very slow. They are very substantially slow, like Nintendo doesn't want to release some of their greatest games for some reason. So we've been getting sort of like the fluff games, not the big, big heavy hitters for the GameCube application. For Game Boy Advance, we still haven't gotten all of the games that we've been really looking for. And we're still missing some NES games. Like, where in the world is Baseball Stars? Am I the only one that wants Baseball Stars? Like, what in the world is going on? There's definitely so many other games that you can look at. But I think in 2026, this is where the whole turning point for Switch Online is going to be. They raised the prices in Canada for some reason, so we better be seeing something good right here. But overall, my thoughts are 2026 is going to be great for GameCube application. Not only are we going to be seeing something more games, but potentially the Wii, because I honestly think this is going to happen. The Wii remote idea makes a lot of sense. If Nintendo really wants to bring all of their games back and make their subscription service worth like doubloons, worth a lot of money, I think this is the way to do it. Give everyone the Wii, so then if you have a party over, friends or family, and you don't feel like getting your old Wii, or maybe you never even had a Wii, or you sold your Wii, well then you can just grab your Nintendo Switch and split Joy-Cons, and then play the game like that, because, like I said, the Nintendo Switch 2 controllers or Joy-Cons, they work really, really well. Like, if you've played a game like Mario Galaxy, for example, that works really well, and I think every single time I was just pointing away, and you didn't even have to be looking at the TV or the Switch. You can easily do it, so I think that's exactly what that Wii Remote is going to have, and if it does come this year, that would be like the greatest thing. That would be like a dream come true. One big thing was Super Smash Bros. Melee getting released. Now, this does make sense in some ways. Like, for example, we aren't going to be getting a brand new Super Smash Bros. Game because Michihiro Sakurai was working on Kirby Air Riders, but that doesn't mean we aren't going to be seeing any of the other games. But one thing that worries me is we don't actually have any Super Smash Bros. Game on the N64. So that could be a point to look at. Maybe they're not going to release this on the GameCube application. Then again, it's one of the most nostalgic games, Super Smash Bros. Melee. Remember just jumping on, being like, woohoo, I'm the best fighter. Just the theme song, such a great game. So I don't know. I think that Switch Online is definitely going to be a very interesting thing. I think we are going to be getting new games. I honestly believe that Mario Sunshine is going to be coming this year. We're also going to be seeing Mario Kart Double Dash and Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, and probably Mario Party at some point. I honestly think we are going to be getting Mario Party, because why wouldn't they release Mario Party? We have pretty much every single other Mario Party besides the ones that are on the Wii consoles. So, you know, Nintendo, you can bring out these Mario Party games. They are really great. And I can't wait to see what else there is. But overall, I found this really interesting. I think that the Wii is going to be coming at some point. It doesn't necessarily have to be this year, but it does make a lot of sense. This leak that it was a Joy-Con, or it was a Wii mode that had a Joy-Con sort of motion controls inside of it, does make sense. So many different ways. Anyways, what are your thoughts on this? Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Consider hitting the like button, maybe subscribing if you're new. We do a bunch of different Nintendo content on this channel. And thank you so much. See you in the next one.